And we are live. Hey, everybody. I'm Jeff. That's Brett. And we've got our new friend, Rick, who is a giant gray box. It's
hey,
okay.
guys.
So, he's here, though.
Brett and I, Brett gave me a birthday present, Christmas present, whatever you want to call it. Birthday present. It was birthday.
It was birthday.
Birthday.
It was your birthday. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. It gave me this Speed Champions Ferrari set, and I said we should build this on stream, and then that's what happened. So here we are. We're going to be doing that, shooting the breeze and all that fun stuff. So welcome aboard. Let's build some things.
Sounds good to me.
Alrighty. So, Rick, you recently posted your video about the Batwing that came out last year. And
is anybody hearing this twice by chance?
I'm not.
I'm not.
Okay. So,
you recently put out your video about the Batwing. You want to tell us a little bit more about that, or how'd that
Sure.
come?
Yes, I posted it just before the end of the year, and I've been meaning to get onto YouTube I was meaning to get onto YouTube earlier in 2020, and finally in December I decided, I guess it's about time I start. And also I was trying to get onto YouTube earlier in 2020, and finally in December I decided, I guess it's about time I start. And also I was trying to get onto YouTube earlier in 2020.
Does somebody have the YouTube channel open?
I do not.
Okay.
But I am hearing it repeat now, so.
Yep.
I do not.
Alrighty, Rick, I'm going to mute you for just a second so we can get this all sorted on your end, okay?
Sounds great.
All right. Test. Good.
Sounds great. All right.
Why are we still hearing it? That's weird. Is it me? Me? Why are we still hearing it? Is it me? Why are we still hearing it? All right, let's try that again. Nothing. Can you hear me? No? Okay. That's the wrong one. Test?
Sorry, it's probably me having issues.
Oh.
Is it? Not working.
Think we're good? Sounds like we're good. Yeah, right. Hey, Rick, how's your progress coming along?
Oh, great. Still haven't figured out what's wrong with my camera. I don't think I'm going to at this point. So I'm just going to be a big gray box for a while.
That's cool. Alrighty. So I think it was Mr. Brett with some sound issues. So I think
yes.
We're go now. So
right.
He'll be back. He'll fix it. And there he is.
Sorry.
It's all
no
good.
worries.
It's all good. Ugh. So this is a pretty fun. We were talking about the Batwing. So tell us more about your Batwing experience there, Rick.
Right. So I have never purchased like a really expensive Lego set or a really large Lego set in all of my life for some reason. And when the Batwing came along, I thought that's the one. That's the one I got to get because the 1989 Batman movie is pretty special to me. And so I missed out on the Batmobile. Well, I didn't miss out, but I didn't buy it when it first came out. So I missed out on that special edition Batmobile, the smaller one that you just recently got, Jeff.
Oh, yeah.
Which is fantastic, by the way.
Yeah, I haven't built it yet. I've been debating what to do, how I'm going to do it, if I'm going to do it on stream or if I'm just going to keep that for myself. But either way, I'm it's going to get built. Like, I can't not build it. So
Exactly. It has to be opened. It has to be built. Yeah, absolutely. So anyway, the Batwing kind of pushed me into finally getting my YouTube video finished, and that's basically how it happened.
Awesome.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun making it too. So
you going to be doing any more anytime soon with more sets?
I am actually working on the next one right now.
Oh, fantastic! Can you give us a little sneak peek or a hint about what it'll be about?
It's going to be about another very large set that involves dinosaurs. Or a dinosaur in particular.
I think I know what that one's going to be.
Another one of my favorite childhood movies.
Ah, okay. All right. Same page now. I got you.
Yeah.
I love the I forgot what it was called. Yep. I was gonna make the Land Before Time joke, and then I lost it. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty.
So the Speed Champions build, they're wider than the other ones, right? Like from what I can tell so far, and I don't know how I feel about it yet.
That's the 8 wide one, right?
Yes, sir.
They do still make 6 wide, don't they?
No.
Oh, those are done. Ah.
Yeah. Kind of a bummer, really.
Yeah, that is.
It's one of those things that these 8 wide work better for 2 minifigs to sit side by side to add detail, but yet it clashes with the like the scale of the buildings in the cars.
That's right, the city.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't fit it on the roads.
Yep.
So it's kind of I don't know. I think it's a bad move, personally. Because I used for the fleeting moment that I thought I was going to build a city, I was going to use these cars to populate them and yada shmada, and now it's just these are too wide. And the new road plates, I'm sure I'll catch flack from somebody about this, are a joke. So whatever. Not a fan.
Yeah, my wife gifted me a couple of the 6 wide ones last year, and I started a collection of them, and then all of a sudden it went 8 wide.
I mean, there's more detail on the cars.
Yeah.
So that's okay, you can't go wrong there. But if you have a Lego city, or if you are attempting to build a Lego city or anything along those lines, you're not anymore because they won't fit,
Yep. I do like this car though. It's now my Sig Fig's new personal ride.
Whoa.
I told you.
Awesome.
All right, Brett, mic check, a 1 2.
Better.
Okay. All right.
Okay, back up. This is my Sig Fig's new personal ride. That's what I was going to
say.
Oh. Has anyone checked out the Bricks LA MOCs today?
I haven't looked yet. Have you?
I did. I went through pretty much all of them. There are some really neat ones in there.
Yeah. Anything stand out?
For me, the Scooby-Doo Haunted Mansion. Or Haunted House.
Oh, nice. Somebody revisited the old Scooby-Doo, eh?
Yeah, the Mystery Mansion. And it's got like a massive ghost over top of it. Really, really awesome.
That sounds fantastic. I really always liked that line in particular.
Yep.
And I'm kind of bummed that they stopped. So yeah, it is what it is, right?
I feel the same way about like Monster Fighters. That was a good line.
Monster Fighters is one of the best lines they ever released, as far as like their own like
theme. Yeah.
Yep. Oh well, and we got a little bit of it with the hidden side, so I guess there's that.
True. I didn't buy any of the hidden side sets yet.
I've only bought 3, and they're the 3 that I'm happy with. I got the fire truck recently, the school bus, and the shrimp shack. Yeah. I haven't put together the fire truck yet, but I really want to make an Optimus Prime out of it after I build it, so that might be a thing. I don't know yet.
Nice.
Because the coloring is all right, and there's enough parts, and blah, blah, blah. Hey, welcome to the chat there, Izzy. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. But yeah. So Rick, I don't know much about you except for the fact that we make jokes all the time with each other on the shoe.
Yeah.
So what got you into Lego in the first place?
So my earliest memory of Lego is when I was probably about 5 or 6, and my parents bought us some of the very generic city sets, and my dad would take them apart and build special mocks of his own and leave them on the dining table in the morning for us to find when we got up. And I used to love that so much. He built houses and cars and like monsters, and it captivated me, and that was it for me. And Lego, I loved it right then and there. And then as the years went on, I was an 80s kid. I collected a lot of the space sets. And the Cosmic Fleet Voyager was probably is my favorite set of all time, and was probably the biggest set I had as a kid, and I still have it today.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's great.
And then once I hit my teens, I kind of just fell off the wagon.
Well, yeah, that happens because girls, cars, all that fun stuff. Yep.
That's right. And it wasn't until Lego released their Star Wars line in '99 that I picked it back up, and I went out and picked up a bunch of the sets there. And I had a plan at that time of building a giant trench run mock.
Mm-hmm.
And that never happened.
Well, with age comes experience, so there's nothing stopping you from doing it now.
That's right. And now I would probably do it on a lot smaller scale because the piece count would be tremendous. Yeah.
Yeah, that's would be pretty crazy.
Yeah. So finally in 2016, my wife gave me the Millennium Falcon from the Force Awakens movie, and that pretty much rekindled my love of Lego, and ever since then I've been diving in deep.
Nice.
Yeah.
How are you mock versus set? Like, do you do mocking yourself or what?
Yeah, I would say the last 2 years has been primarily mocking, and getting to know like my capabilities and figuring all the stuff out. I've still been buying the occasional set and building it, which I love doing, but I've really been focusing on mocking and watching builders like you guys, because the community is massive, and I really had no idea how big it was until I got back in, and I'm so happy I did because it's such a great community,
Yep.
Yeah.
I get a lot of energy and creativity from watching everybody else too. So.
Yeah, exactly. How about you, Jeff? I've only heard a couple of times how you got into Lego, but.
So my dad was in the service in the 80s. I too am an 80s child, and that means we're old, Brett. So
born in the 80s.
So and he came back from Japan in the 80s, and he had Lego sets and was like, "Here, go for it." And I was like, "Oh, cool!" And they're Futuretron. So
nice.
Yeah. So he got me hooked, and then I think I had Duplo before then. I'm pretty sure that I had Duplo before then. I don't remember exactly. It was a long time ago. So that happened, and then from there, it just became the real Ghostbusters and Lego in my house. Like as far as like Jeff's favorite toys went. So it was, Christmases and birthdays were usually Lego, and then the real Ghostbusters action figures or whatever.
Awesome.
Yeah. Got a question in the chat from Izzy.
Yep.
Hey, so did you ever get the Blacktron sets in 89, 90, and 91? Because I got the Allied Avenger and four-wheel trucker sets from the second series of Blacktron from 91. It will arrive soon. That's awesome, Izzy. Yeah, I had the Blacktron Avenger. I still do. It's somewhere in pieces, of course. But that was one of my favorite Blacktron ships I ever got when I was a wee lad.
Yeah. Yeah, likewise. You had two?
I did not have that one. No. Did you have it?
I did. I had that one, and I had the Bat Tracks.
Nice.
That's probably the 4-wheel Trekker that Izzy is talking about.
Yep. They were pretty big sets. They kind of built them differently back in the day, but I'm not saying like they were better or they were worse or anything like that. So we're not there. But I mean, they built them. I don't know. It's hard to explain, I guess.
Well, the really cool thing about the sets from that day and age were that you could, especially with the Blacktron sets, you could take sections of them apart and recombine them in different configurations to make all new ships without having to take the Lego apart.
Yes, everything being modular was fantastic.
Yeah.
And it continued with that up into Unitron. I think that gray and blue, yellow space theme that came out that had the last monorail. So you could take the bits off and rearrange it so that it was however you would like it, which was fun.
Yeah, it seems like there's like a really huge culture of people or a group of people that have a culture from 90s Lego, and I totally missed almost all of the 90s Lego.
I'm probably more that group. So I'm a little bit younger.
Yeah.
Makes sense. I mean, I was into it, like probably way too longer than I should have been. So,
Like as far as like space goes, especially like odd, I had some of the UFO sets.
Oh, nice.
And one of them was the called like the Warp Wing or something like that. It was from '97. It was before they had Star Wars, and it looked like an X-wing, but in their theme of that UFO.
Oh, neat. I haven't seen that one.
I just recently had it pulled up. It's like 6791 or something like that. Is that number?
Yeah, I remember you showing that to me, and yeah, it did look a lot like an X-wing. Like,
yep.
It had the 4 wings that blocked into attack and not attack position, and yep.
I'll pull it up here.
Yeah, actually, I had a look at 6791, and that's like the double barrel wheel gun for these Western sets.
Yeah, not that one. It's those numbers, I'm sure. I'll type in
6971. Let's try that.
Oh, never mind. There's I was a little bit off. 6915. Warp Wing.
Oh.
I'm sure someone can pull it up.
Oh, yeah. I totally remember this. Oh, yeah.
It was like, actually, it reminds me of like an X-Wing and the Enterprise.
Mixed together, yeah. Totally.
I feel like it was good, like standalone on its own, but it hinted to the other builds. So.
Yeah.
I think I'm definitely falling behind Jeff here. So.
What's that?
I'm falling behind on catching up with in building.
Oh. This is my moment of zen, so
good.
I'm gonna do it until I, can't anymore. It's a fun little build. The pictures in here aren't helping as far as the instructions go. I got a little bass backwards about it, so we're on the right track now, though, so we're good.
We started streaming, and I realized since I took this set apart, I didn't have the instructions. So I'm looking online as I do it.
Nice.
I was like, oh, man. And then I had that audio problem. Sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. I'm still having the video problem.
Between Rick and I, we're almost a full person.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
No worries. At least my camera hasn't fallen down yet so far, so I'm happy about that.
Good.
Yep. So now Rick is all right.
I tried something, but it didn't work.
So, Brett, you've been remodeling your house.
I have.
That's like a big Lego adventure right there.
it has cut into my Lego time for sure. In fact, I can't be streaming in my garage right now or my build space because there's so much things in the way.
Oof.
So I am in my living room.
Yeah. It's a nice living room.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It is definitely the room that I'm like, I put the nice things in the cases.
Yeah.
All my modulars are up there.
Yeah, you got a couple up there.
I just actually had to dust them, so they got their spring cleaning a little early.
Yeah, that's one of the things about Legos that they practically hug and kiss dust. So
yeah,
yeah. Brett, your the flooring looks amazing, man. You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
yeah.
I'm figuring it out as I go.
I like the occasional picture of the minifig sitting around the washroom or wherever.
Yeah, I'm going to have Emmett do all my projects for me.
Yeah. That's great.
That's funny. Buck Rogers. I haven't heard a Buck Rogers reference in a long time. It's from the chat from Izzy. I don't think I've ever seen Buck Rogers even.
Like the TV show you're talking about?
Yeah.
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 Did you see the Brick Rogers build that Boone and I did and Mark?
Yes.
It's awesome.
Yes.
Throwback to that. So.
Yeah.
Yep. I do have so when you were building the stacks with Mark and Boone and doing all that fun stuff for Ready Player One before Ready Player One was a thing and before people, jumped on that bandwagon, as it were.
Yeah.
How did you guys build it so that the trailers were stacked as they were? How did you make it stack, as it were?
That would be an individual kind of thing. So Mark and Boone and I all built our own, and we all built them away from each other in our own space. So some of them were mine looked different than theirs. So mine had pretty much a skeleton, and then I put things into it to attach onto it. I think I did a little bit more of a. You just do a layer at a time, like add something and then keep adding bricks and plates, so everything is building up from the same level. But it was one of those things that you had to make it sturdy, but you had to make it look like it was falling apart at the same time.
See, that would have been. Oh, I don't know if I would have been able to do that or not. That's
it was fun, but there were times that we're like, oh, I'm off by a plate or two, which actually helped it look like it was falling. And so I'm like, that's okay, just kind of wing it. And
yeah.
Put together as much as possible. It needed to look like it was in the Lego universe versus a realistic apocalypse kind of style.
Yeah, and you guys accomplished that really, really well. So
thanks. It was fun.
Yeah, and that's on Beyond the Brick right now, isn't it? That's yeah.
I think Beyond the Brick has one. Boone has one on his channel. And yeah, we built that in just a couple weeks, a couple months, kind of a thing. Should be done very fast. So.
Yeah. And you guys did that for Bricks Cascade, is that right, or was it a different show?
We did show it at Bricks Cascade. We also showed it at our Comic-Con. I don't know which one was first.
Awesome.
Probably was Bricks Cascade.
Yeah.
Just give me 1 second, guys. I think it's because I don't actually have an account with StreamYard. Maybe that's the reason the camera's not working.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna try and log in. Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Right.
Wonder how much this car costs in real life.
A lot.
You probably couldn't find it on sale on Amazon?
No, probably not. Probably not. Probably, I don't know. Ferraris are crazy expensive. I watched them on the Grand Tour and the other show they were on before that too. So, and it's like, I don't know how anybody could ever afford one of those. Like, ever. Am I missing parts going on here?
It's like the Bugatti Chiron is like $3 million base price.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't. That's a weird flex, but I'm glad you were able to afford it, I guess, guy. You know? So, let's see here. I'm either blind or I'm missing parts, which is really strange. I don't think I'm missing parts. I think I might just be blind.
Are you adding stickers?
No.
Okay.
No. Because I am going to modify. I think I'm going to change the back end here.
That's what she's
doing. And just and seal it up and make it more angled in the back, and then build the wingspan from there. So
cool.
Yeah, that way it'll be all futuristic and cool and hovery. But yeah, I'm missing some slopey bits. Yeah. I'm not crazy. They're not here. Right? Right. 1, 2, yeah. Yeah, it's bothersome. Unless I did. Oh, I see what I did. Okay. Nope. I'm just. Nope. I apparently don't know how to follow instructions, so that's why it's all messed up. Okay, cool.
That's what my resume says too. Well, I guess that wouldn't be a resume. That would just be my performance report.
There you go. All right, Rick is back.
Yeah, it's just not going to work.
It's all right, man. We believe in you. We believe that you're real. Don't worry.
I'm real.
You are. Yes.
Yes. Yes. So what did I miss, guys? Sorry.
We talked about who can afford this car in real life.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely not me.
No.
No.
I mean, it'd be a fun car to have until you got into an accident with it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just, hope you have the right insurance, I guess. I don't know. Of course, if you could afford the car in the first place, and I'm pretty sure it wouldn't, I don't know. Yeah.
Well, it looks like a fun build.
It's coming along. It's got some tricks to it, or I'm just not smart, one of the two. And, yeah, it's got some cool angles on it. Like, it's definitely... I will be sad to see this go, but I'm not going to be too overly sad about it. I'm going to definitely change this up so it's more of a futuristic cyberpunk looking Ferrari with a hover conversion and everything else.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
It is a very satisfying build because of all the bows and all the tiles and everything. So it looks really good. It's going to be really cool when you get it done, Jeff.
I hope so.
What's the price tag on that set there in the States?
$20.
Oh, that's not bad.
And I got it on sale for me and for Jeff, so it was like, yeah.
Nice.
Awesome.
I mean, you're worth full price, Jeff, but
Oh, well,
I got a deal.
It's okay. And so, Rick, you're from Canada, is that correct, or am I
That's
mistaken?
correct. Yep. I live in
What part of Canada are you from, sir?
I live in a city just west of Toronto.
Oh, yeah? Awesome.
Yep. And lived here all my life. Born in Toronto.
Cool.
Yeah. It's a cool place to live.
Go ahead.
I was going to say it's a cool place to live. And what were you saying?
I've never been there, but I've always wanted to go.
Mm-hmm. I've only been to sort of 3 places in the States. I've been to Vegas, of course. California. We went to California on our honeymoon.
Oh, cool. What'd you think of Vegas?
Hot. Extremely hot. I mean, I was still wearing my parka, so, I had to take it off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I used to live about 90 minutes from Vegas when I lived in Arizona, which was to the south of Nevada. And every once every month, maybe twice every month, I would head up to Vegas because that's where the Lego store was. So like,
Oh, wow.
yeah, the friends that I had were like, Jeff, what are you doing this weekend? I'm like, I'm going to Vegas. Oh, dope, dude. Can we go with you? Sure.
But not that kind of Vegas.
Right. And they'd be like, well,
Yeah.
why are we going in the day? Are we going to be here all day? No. No.
It's still daytime.
Why are we leaving now? It's still, the sun's still up. Why are we leaving?
Right. Well,
You're
yeah,
like,
well,
I want to beat the traffic. I want to get home before sunset so I can see.
like literally any reason. But, well, you know, I got the thing with the stuff and. Oh. All right, so that's the first bag and a half done. So I'm gonna mute myself so we don't hear the crinklies.
Okay.
Second bag.
Go for it.
And let's see, I'm getting pretty close. Actually, I just got to where he was too.
Cool.
I couldn't tell because mine's all in one big giant pile.
Do you ever knoll parts?
Occasionally, I find I do it more when I'm building with my kids because they enjoy it when I knoll for them, and then they get to build.
Right. That's really interesting because when I was building the set that I'm going to review next, my daughter was doing the knolling, and she says, I really like setting things up for you. And I'm like, yeah, and it really helps me. So this is great.
Yeah. There's a level of enjoyment where I like a little bit of that chaos and looking for the pieces like I was when I was a kid. So this is a good size. When you get multiple bags or multiple things, it is a lot harder. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to take the time and do it.
Yeah.
But sometimes if you're a family guy, you only have so much time. You're like, I'm just going to quickly build. I don't have time to
set everything up. Exactly. And that's why it's neat to have the extra set of hands there if they want to help that way.
Mm-hmm. I'm seeing Jeff's doing the same thing that I do. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, as soon as a car set comes out with wheels and tires, I have to put that together.
Oh, yeah. Pre-assemble.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know what it is. It's like I just have to do it.
Yeah, I don't know. I've always just done that, like every time, all the time. Just like, oh, tires, cool. You know. Ugh. I'm still muted, so you can't hear me.
Yeah, we can. So
Okay.
you must be hearing you through the Jeff cam.
Oh, fantastic! All right, so not Jeff to the reckoning.
That's fine.
I've got it so set up. Like I have my cell phone on my face, and then my GoPro on the build, and like I'm still not really sure how this magic has worked, or how the sound is like linked exactly with my voice and my face and everything else because they're two separate sources. But I'm okay with it. Like, I'm sure there's a program out there that'll be like, oh, you just gotta modulate the flow frequency of the vocal whatever. So I don't know. I don't do editing. I just put stuff up on the internet.
This is a cool printed piece. This Nexo Night Shield, but it's got a black on there.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
It looks perfect, like a sticker, but it's printed.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to get more printed pieces from Lego.
Amen.
I am not a fan of the sticker system.
No. I mean, I understand why they do it, but.
Well, yeah. I mean, I get that too, and like it makes sense, and yada shmada, but like, man.
Oh, especially the horrible, 90s, 2000s kind of stuff where they just are brittle and crack and they don't last.
And there was a span of a few years there in the mid 2000s, right, where the stickers were really brutal. They became brittle and just basically peeled away when you tried to. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, those two cars that Boone just reviewed, the McLaren and the Ferrari, they had a ridiculous amount of stickers, like just.
Yep, I have that car.
Do you?
I built it for Boone, so.
Oh, right. That's awesome.
In my garage, but well, you probably saw. I only put the stickers on that make it look like street worthy, not sponsorship.
Yeah.
So it has the stripes and whatnot, but doesn't have all the other ones. So.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Are the advertisements that are on the side of those cars, are those legit businesses? Like, I haven't looked at the car to...
I wondered that too, actually.
We're fine. We're fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
I didn't fully look at them either, but I know that there were a handful of real ones, and I think they are. I don't think they're made up. I know there were UPS. There was some kind of an oil something. So I feel like they're actual legit.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I wonder how it works. Like, would they have to pay those companies to be able to put the stickers on the set, I guess? Or how would that work?
That's what I was wondering too, because that's free advertising for whatever company is, well, of course you can build our car and, here's all our sponsors that come with it and yada shmada,
Yeah.
So.
Yep, I'm looking at it right now. So it has Shell, UPS, SMP Racing.
That's a real one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, it could be lumped in, like those companies could be that anytime that Ferrari per se, because it's kind of modeled after one. That they may not have to pay extra because it's the same thing. Oh.
Well, those are definitely like race car quality, whatever. So like, if a race car is being featured, then the race car has got to be down to its details. So that means, it'll have the advertisement. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Which, is what it is in capitalism, blah, 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 commercialism. But I mean, it makes sense. I mean, nobody's going to buy the car because like, oh man, there's a Dunlap, sticker. But I mean,
I gotta have that Shell sticker.
Gotta have it. New Shell sticker for 2019. Gotta have it.
I thought about taking the rest of the stickers and using them to mock with them. Well, we'll see what happens.
Yep.
You make some futuristic racers there, Brett?
Yeah, like a drone UPS SpaceX kind of a thing. That'd be fun.
That would be pretty cool.
That would be.
I am excited though. I really want to cleave this back end off. Like this, I don't really like it. Like if I'm 100%, I don't like the back end of this thing because it looks too big. But I'm sure it'll all mesh well and everything else once I get to that point. But I really just want to get rid of the back wheel well here and make that into cool science fiction-y jet stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We kind of skimmed over it, or maybe I had audio things. But what did you think about this whole one piece part where the minifigs sit? This one giant, huge black thing. You like it, or is it? Versus it? I mean, I know the purpose because it sinks down a plate.
Yeah.
It looks like a cool part that you could you could really use that in a mock maybe.
I mean, I guess I don't really have any opinion on it. I mean, it makes sense as to why it's been made and why it's doing all the things. And they've done 2-seater molds before. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, if it works, it works. But they didn't do that on the gift with purchase, so I was okay with that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that gift with purchase, though, I know everybody in the community is raving about it, and I love it. I don't know if you guys have gotten it yet or anything like that, but it's super cool.
Which one's this?
The car that came out recently.
The 60s. Is it 50s or 60s? Yeah,
something like that.
No, I haven't. No, I haven't made any purchases in 2021 yet. Still trying to recoup from 2020.
I do not have it. I think it looks okay. It would look probably better in person. I'm not a big fan of that whole surfboard thing. So.
Oh, I was thinking that same thing. I thought, oh my gosh, they got a surfboard on the side. I like what they tried to do with it, but yeah.
To me, I can't get past that. It looks like a car with a
surfboard on the side of it, or that the door doesn't open. I always like when car doors are able to be.
That's going to show us it.
Oh yeah, cool.
So
Yeah, nice.
When you look at it like straight on, you can't distinguish it. It looks okay, but I don't know. Like,
I like that front. That front is nice. That's nice.
yeah, it has a very similar. Here's the diner one.
Yeah.
And so it has
Oh, yeah.
a similar like headlight and grooveness to the hood.
That looks like the Simpsons car.
But it has doors. It does look a bit like the Simpsons car. Yes.
I'm not complaining. I like the Simpsons car. Just it looks like the Simpsons car.
Do either of you have any of the Simpsons? Well, there's only two. I think 2 Simpsons sets, right?
No, but I had a bunch of the minifigures from that line.
Right.
Yeah, I couldn't swing the price tag for some of that stuff.
No.
Wanted to, but at the time it was a no-go.
There we go.
Nice.
Go ride. Although with her dress, she doesn't sit very well.
That is awesome.
Fantastic.
Yeah, my next challenge here is figuring out. I've got a pretty massive collection. I just have to figure out a place to put it all. So I'm thinking about display shelves and yeah.
That is a big thing. Are you gonna? Are you allowed to have it in your house, or does it have to stay in your room, or how's that?
Oh yeah. Well, you mean like in elsewhere from in the basement? In other words,
Yes.
I actually thought about mounting the Batwing on my master bedroom wall next to my dresser. I haven't asked my wife yet, but I'm anticipating an no, you know.
That's fair.
Yeah. So it'll probably be in the basement.
Yeah, it would not work at my house.
No, yeah.
We have shelves in the living room, and that is where we have a his and her shelf, and my shelf is well, it used to be all Lego, but I moved a bunch of it, and so now it's 6-inch action figures and Ghostbuster stuff. So yeah. But that's where a lot of it was. Moved the Falcon and Stealth X-Wing to the TV stand. So, yeah.
That's good. So it sounds like you had the option of moving things around. You just sometimes it's other stuff besides logo, other hobby stuff.
Now, when you said Falcon, do you mean the UCS Falcon?
Oh no, sir. I don't spend more than $200 on a set. Yep.
That is one that I that I really want to get before it retires.
I mean, I built one. My friend Aaron in Arizona got it, and he was like, "Hey, do you want to come over and help me build this? You can do like 2 sections of it." And I was like, "Sure, no problem." And then a day later, I was like, "Hey, Aaron, this is built," and he was like, "Oh, okay." So I was more than happy to build it, and do not regret a single second of it.
No.
You still have friendship with this Aaron, or is he like, I don't want to be friends with you?
That's fair.
I have built one also, but it's not mine.
It's not yours?
Mm.
Oh man, I haven't even seen the box in person.
Oh man, it's huge.
Yeah,
I could fit inside of it. So,
oh, man, that's
well, Brett, you're little.
It's okay, Brett. I'd have to put like 4 or 5 of those boxes together to fit in. So,
no, that's not true. But it is pretty massive.
Yeah.
Knew I messed up somewhere. Who would have thunk that following instructions is complicated?
I'm jealous. I want to build this.
You should watch for it on Amazon. That's where you can get some deals. So
Okay, I will.
yeah,
Amazon is the second place I go to buy Lego. So
yeah, I buy a lot of stuff on there when they're $5-6 off, because then like you making a better deal than getting VIP points. So
Mm-hmm.
That's
There's
like the
a,
thing. It's
there's
that,
a
like
story. Go ahead.
that's the thing is that like when I was in Arizona, I was so far from the Lego store that I was like, okay, whatever. You know, it doesn't really matter to me. And so like I never made it up there for like the big VIP events or anything like that because I'm spending gas to spend money to drive that far, you know? So like now it's literally down the road. So
That's
yeah,
dangerous.
yeah. And you know, it's kind of I'm still getting used to the community as a whole and like person because like there's people from my lug that work there and they'll be like, "Hey Jeff," and I'll be like, "Hey, you, I'm so sorry." So yeah, it's odd. It's not like with the online community that I've joined and like I'm part of, like it makes more sense for me to be more how do I put this? I would be more used to running into one of you guys than I am to like members of my lug. And I don't know if that's bad or if that's good or whatever, but like I would prefer if I lived on the West Coast right now in that area to, you know, hang out with y'all and all that fun stuff. So
It would be quite odd to run into you. Like what you live a long ways away, but I know what you mean. Like I see you way more than I see my lug member. So
yeah. And yes, Deanna, I find them very beneficial. It takes a while to build up points, but usually at the start of the year, you make your big, huge, ginormous, purchases, and then you've got points, and then later in the year, you're like, oh, well, I can buy this $200 pirate ship with using my points, and there we go. I spent $7.
Yeah. I used $50 worth of points to buy the Ghostbusters Ecto one.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah. So that worked out nicely.
I got the Ghostbusters Ecto one at Comic-Con, and I paid extra for it at the San Diego Comic-Con when it first came out. And my wife at the time was royally pissed. And I was like, whatever, I don't care.
Yeah.
I have a buddy who used VIP points to buy the Millennium Falcon.
Yes.
Really?
Yes, but he also was an employee, so he didn't bend the rules, but he was just always took advantage of legit rules when he was able to. So
yep.
I mean, yeah. I have a friend that works at Legoland, California, as well as my cousin Josh. He works for Lego as a IT guy over in Europe. And every once in a while, he'll message me with, "Hey, I got my discount. What do you need?" And I'm like, "This." So every once in a while, that'll happen. So it's kind of fun.
So I was going to say that the Lego, I'm pretty far from our Lego store too. Probably about an hour's drive.
Oof.
So I do most of my Lego shopping at either Toys R Us or a Canadian store called Mastermind.
I've seen Mastermind toys on Brixie's channel. I don't know if y'all follow Brixie or not, but
I don't, but it's a pretty good store. They're like basically like the Lego store for pricing, but they have a BOGO sale every once in a while, so it's basically 25% off.
Nice.
And you can pick up some nice sets there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is one thing that the States is definitely lacking. We don't have like the big toy brand toy store anymore. We got rid of our Toys R Us, so that sucks. Unless you're in New Jersey or Texas.
Oh, they're still open there, really?
Yeah, I don't get it either. But everywhere else they are super closed, and it just sucks. So,
yeah, that was an icon, that place.
I do miss it, but I don't know. I'm fine going to Fred Meyer or Target or Walmart. So,
yeah,
it's only a matter of time before somebody else opens up a toy-only big box store.
That's true.
There's definitely a market for it. So,
man, I am just so off with this thing. It's pitiful.
The pressure of building live.
I guess so, right? Cool.
So how do I actually? Can I comment in the chat, or how do I?
So you'd be able to comment in the chat if you had YouTube open in another tab, and you would words happening, and you would mute that, and then be able to put it in here.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Target's good too. GameStop has the occasional little crazy deal, so we look out for that. I look out for that anyway when I can. All right, what am I missing here? All right, so check, got that. That's where it needs to be.
As you're doing the front, there's a lot of like half plate, like bracket kind of dimensions, and it gets kind of funky.
Yeah, I'm really. It's a struggle lug right now for me, so seeing what I did wrong and seeing what I did right, and that's what I did wrong. Okay, all right, this makes sense now. Yeah, the stuff at Target's pretty cool. Just if that's also where I go every once in a while. That's where I went on the day after on New Year's Day. That's where I went to go look at Lego, and I had the new Ninjago mech in my hands, and like a dummy, I decided not to get that. Yeah.
Is that the big white one?
Yeah. It's pretty great. I'm not gonna lie. Like I don't really care about Ninjago that much, whatever, but it looks awesome. It looks like a Gundam.
So many great colors in the Ninjago theme, eh?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm looking forward to that garden set coming out.
Yeah, I saw pictures of it somewhere. It was from a catalog. Like somebody just like took the pictures out of the catalog and put it up online. Yeah, and it looks. I was actually going to ask you about that, Brett, because I was like, looks like Brett's adding to Ninjago City this year. So
yeah, I'm hoping to be able to do that. We'll see money wise, but I have the other two, and then I have one that I've mocked myself, and so it kind of got me thinking like maybe I should build another one to go along.
I mean, there's a guy's channel called Whiskey Shred, and he's an Aussie, and he has a Ninjago City built with primarily the two big Ninjago buildings, and then a bunch of other Ninjago mocks around it. And he's on the YouTubes, and his city is amazing. The fact that he's actually made like a lake that is ginormous, and the fact that it looks all just really good all over the place. And Whiskey is actually a pretty cool dude too. Like he and I have like hung out and talked before on other streams, and so like if you were ever looking for inspiration for like either the cyberpunk or that, like I would go check out his channel. Like he's pretty low key, so he's pretty awesome. He's not like in your face about everything. So
he's like the opposite of me.
No.
I realized I put there's a little 1x1 plate with the Ferrari logo written around that.
All right. So I'm going to move the instructions into the light as opposed to the dark. And maybe I'll actually be able to see things this time, yeah?
Yeah.
Getting old sucks.
Tell me about it.
I wouldn't know.
Shut up, Brett. Dave Morgan.
Where is he?
He's right there, but we can't hear him.
There, maybe?
Oh, there he is.
Yep. And Chantel Builds, welcome to the channel. How you doing? We're still not hearing Dave.
Yeah, why am I not hearing you? That's really
I hear Dave. How's it going, Dave?
All right, Dave. Check, Dave.
He's not hearing himself. We hear him, but he doesn't hear himself.
There we go. That's better.
All right, cool. How you doing, Mr. Dave?
Doing all right. How about you?
We're super good.
I just got out of a lug meeting, so that's why I wasn't here earlier.
Oh, that's where I was supposed to be.
Yeah, I was going to say, why was Brett not in the lug meeting? But that's okay.
I'm chatting with other friends.
There you go.
Did you finish your flooring yet, Brett?
No, I have maybe like a 12 by 20 foot section done.
Yeah, because you're in the place where you're doing flooring, right?
I am where I'm doing it, and everything I am on is done. But my garage is so messed up and tables are in the wrong space. So since my family is gone, I thought I'll come out here.
I have to say, Jeff, I love your super long banner crawl at the bottom.
Thank you very much.
What are you guys working on?
That Ferrari set that Brett got me for Christmas.
Oh, cool.
Birthday. Sorry.
I'm waiting for the YouTubes to finish processing. I have another video uploaded, but it takes hours to process the 4K portion of a video. I mean, I started processing it at like 11:30, and it's not done yet.
Boy.
What was it? What's it on there, Dave? If you don't mind me asking.
It is on. It's one of the few videos I do that won't have actual, real in-person mock stuff in it because it's of the first big hotel I did, which has been taken apart. But it's got commentary by me and a bunch of photos and history of how it happened, and we'll see what people think.
That history though is pretty cool though. I remember when you and I first chatted on a video call, and you told me the history of it and how it all came to be, and that is fantastic. So,
yeah, I thought it would be. Thank you. I thought it would be kind of fun. It's a 3-minute video, so I've found that a lot of times longer videos don't get as much of a draw. Hey, Kevin.
Mr. Hinkle.
Hey, what's up?
Hello.
Oh no, just Jeff to the reckoning.
Yeah.
What's going on, everybody?
How's it going?
Oh, here's your. All right, hold on. Here's the obligatory. I'm here. I'm a real person. Okay, bye. All right.
He was here for a brief moment.
I needed that. So
Maybe
I
one of
just
you two
don't
guys.
I feel like I'm working on stuff and I don't like to stare at somebody's face like like they're intently working and it's it's like I'd rather just turn the camera off and then talk.
sure.
It's kind of I give Kirk the business all the time. Like, Kirk, I don't want to look at the side of your face while you're working on something in the middle. Like, turn your camera off.
I mean, he does it all the time. Like, no matter what. Like, cast. Well, hey everybody, I'm Kirk Wilson, and I'm just gonna say hello, and then we're done.
Not bad. Not bad.
That's funny.
And I love Kirk to death. He's a good guy. He's a good builder, but man, it's like watching grass grow. I don't blame Brian for giving him a hard time. So.
Or I don't know if you guys have experienced one of the folks that's like this. Let's see if I can do this one. It's like
So Jeff, if I do this, you know who I'm doing?
I think you're doing for Zoom.
Well, close. And then, hey, YouTube.
Oh, it's Aaron, Julian.
Yeah, that's my entire portfolio of YouTuber impressions.
I thought you were about to give me
That's what she said.
harsh, a stern talking to.
Wait a minute. Who just said that's what she said?
I was imitating.
I know. I was going to congratulate whoever did it. That was spot on. What did you say, Kevin?
Congratulations. Hey, look, Zoom's here in the chat.
Oh.
That's great. That's awesome. Who else can we summon by discussing them?
Right.
I don't know yet. I dropped Moto a link to see if he wanted to join, and then he was like, I'm too busy being a good father, blah, blah, blah. I was like, all right, whatever.
And Jim says, I feel attacked.
Whatever. I guess he wants to be a dad and a good inspiration for his son, so okay.
Are we okay? Fine.
What? Attacked.
So here we are. Here we are.
Kevin, how was running errands?
Oh, it was just like every other Saturday.
Yeah.
Not terribly exciting.
That's fair. Did you pick up any dollar DVDs in the DVD bin?
No.
No? Okay.
None of that. None of that nonsense.
Did you end up buying that Batmobile?
No. It was just, I mean, is it heavy? It feels heavier than the other one.
Yeah, it's heavy. It's slightly bigger than the other ones too. They're
Yeah.
way over there on the wall where I show you because I have them. But
It's fine. It definitely caught my attention. I mean, my local grocery store has, I'm pretty sure every grocery store has a very small little toy section.
yeah,
And it's across from the bread. And I got to buy bread every time I'm there. So I'm getting bread. And I definitely double taked. I was like, is that the Tim Burton Batmobile? And I scooted backwards and I'm like, that's actually really detailed and like really, really nice. And then behind it, I'm like, is that Batman the Animated Series Batmobile? And I was considering it and I was like, $11. I thought this thing was like, I don't know, $3.99. Like, nah, I'm good. I'm all right.
it's not $11. Nice.
It's wild.
Yeah.
So Jeff, is that banner thing something that Streamlabs does? Is that where you
Yeah.
entered it? Okay.
Yeah.
I've only done one Streamlabs thing myself, so I don't have a lot of experience with it yet.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I usually have like a banner going with all of my streams and stuff, and I saw that and was like, well, I'm not gonna have one today because it's not like a special day and it's not, whatever. So I was like, how can I troll my audience? Boom. That's how.
It's funny that you mentioned that because when I popped in, I saw it scrolling and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna read this. Oh, this is long. All right, I'll just read it later. It was in the middle, so I didn't see like if you're reading this. Like, what is this? Where are we going with this statement? And I just gave up. My attention span was used up.
That's fair. Yeah, I don't know. I have a wacky sense of humor sometimes, so that's where that comes in at.
That's what we love about you, Jeff.
Thanks.
I'm actually serious.
No,
I love people who are about half a bubble off of level because I think I'm about 3/4 of a bubble off level.
Oh boy, nobody. This is a very unlevel surface.
Yes, it is.
All right.
Kevin, I feel special because you don't go on anyone else's stream, as far as I know, but you always come to mine.
Well, not anymore. But yeah, I popped into Reed's for the first time last night in like, oh my goodness, maybe 5 months.
Oh wow.
And I wasn't there long. I was only there for, I don't know, 45 minutes or so.
Yeah.
But yeah, hey, detox.
Yeah.
Kevin, did you know it was Jeff's birthday?
No, that was
Really?
that was 3 months ago.
Oh,
So I'm going to ask you guys this. I'm going to ask you guys the same question I've been asking on other streams.
Okay.
What do y'all think of the rumored 11,000 piece Death Star?
Oh, good.
Don't care.
Oh,
Wow. Okay, Brett and Jeff, neither one.
no.
Interesting. I actually want to buy it if it's really a thing. Why do you have the opinion you do, Jeff and Brett?
Because I don't care. I just don't. I like I get it. Like Star Wars this and Star Wars that, and sure, it's cool and everything else. And like, if that's your thing, that's your thing. I just don't care. I don't want to spend what could be a house payment on a Lego set ever.
I suppose it appeals to me because I tend to build big things and it's a big thing. So
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm never gonna like tell anybody they're an idiot for buying it or anything like that. I'm no way, Jose. But I'll definitely treat it like the hamster situation. This is my giant Death Star that I built. That's cool, man. We're gonna be late for the movie though.
what about you, Brett? What's your reason?
It's, I'm a Star Wars fan, but it's just too big of a thing just to fit like on a shelf, or like I don't know what I would do with it. And who knows if it's going to be the playable kind of one that has been out for a while, or if it's going to be more of a model version. But either one just doesn't interest me.
Well, that's the other thing. If it's a playable version, it doesn't interest me either. But with that piece count and the price, I'm assuming it's more aimed at a model, a display type piece. Of course, having said what you just said, Brett, I still have the UCS Star Destroyer in a box up there, not built. And if I do build it, where am I going to put it?
Yeah.
Exactly. We only have so much room in all of our houses, and like, even with my modest collection, as opposed to like either to anyone in this channel, but me, like, I'm running out of room, and I have a whole room dedicated to this stupid hobby. So like, I don't know where I would put something that big, and two, I'm not that big of a Star Wars fan to spend that kind of money.
Yeah,
it's a good thing I don't build larger mocks. Oh wait.
Oh wait a minute. Yeah. No. Hold on. I'm gonna build this little store. Okay. Dave, that takes up 72 base plates. Yeah, it's small. Okay.
So my question is, where's Rick Brickham?
I am here.
Oh, you are here. Okay.
Yes, I just don't have a face.
Yep.
Okay.
He's pulling a Hinkle.
Yeah, apparently.
That's okay.
Well, his is my choice.
I'm surrounded by faceless people.
I salute you for that choice.
Thank you. It was a non-choice choice.
But the thing that's interesting is that you have the like no webcam option like error picture, which almost looks as though it was a custom created image. So it's like it's just bordering on that, like, oh, that guy's really clever. Like, he's playing 3-dimensional chess over there. He like made that image to make it looks like he doesn't have a camera, but he bet he does. Like, it's just, yeah.
Well, that's me on a whole nother level, you see. Whole nother level of being
now, Kevin. Like, I don't know if that makes me a bad person or not, but I kind of want to do that.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's like sometimes when you see, I don't know, pick a social media platform, they have like the default avatar or profile picture until you put one. And then there's people that will take that and then maybe they'll just adjust one little tiny thing on it. And then that'll be their thing. You're like, is that intentional? Is that the default? Did they make that? Like, it makes you really question everything about that person.
Yeah. Good to know that Kevin Hinkle reminds us to question authority.
Bye, everybody.
Oh, you built Jeff, I see you built a little gift with purchase teal old classic car or whatever.
Yeah, that fancy car.
You have 2 of them? Wow. Yeah. I have it, but I haven't built it yet.
So Emily and I went to the Lego store, and I was like, okay, I really want 2 of these cars. Like, I don't like get crazy about the gifts with purchase that often. Like, as a matter of fact, I tend to not care. But for some reason, this car was like, oh my God, I love it. Like, I love the build. I love all of it. I hate the stupid surfboards on the side that always fall down whenever I grip it wrong. But besides that, it's fine. So I gave Emily $120. I took $100 and was like, don't mind us as we make our separate purchases because she is a complete stranger.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't think there's any rules that says you can't have 2 of them at the same household. It just says you got to buy this much. So you weren't breaking any rules.
You know, my favorite thing, and I mean that in the most sarcastic way I can possibly say it. My favorite thing working in Lego retail was always the people that would come up to the register and they'd have a big purchase. And they'd say, oh, I see you're giving away whatever with something. And then they kind of like, glance their eyes over their pile and they're like, let me see, 100, 200, 3. So this should probably qualify me for about 3 of those. And you all go, no, sir, it's 1 per purchase, 1 per person. And then they, we have a little back and forth. I'm like, that's the rule. That's what the system allows. And then we kick it up a notch. And then the person, it was rinse and repeat every time. Okay, then I want to separate every single one of these. And I want you to ring them every single one separately. And I want 4. I'm like, okay, fine. I'll give you them all. Leave me alone and get out.
Wow.
I'm like, I don't have the time to sit here and split your purchase up 8 ways to Sunday. All right, here you go. Here's 5 of them. Get out of here.
That's the problem with retail, I suppose.
Yeah, it really boils down to the same I don't know, the same issues over and over and over and over and over for the end of time.
People are mad.
Why didn't you tell me I couldn't return this? Because I don't normally make a habit of telling every person that buys everything that you can't return this. That's just not really my normal vocabulary.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Why would you return Lego?
Yeah, exactly. That's
right?
Yeah, I was a little puzzled at that. Yeah, that didn't compute.
So way back when.
Nice, Jeff. Nice, guys. Nice.
Yeah, retail workers get the shaft for sure. Way back in the day, back in like the 2006. Yeah, like 2006. Very different era for Lego. You guys were, I'm probably pretty confident none of you were buying any Lego because nobody was buying Lego. And I was in the store, and we would be lucky to have 1 or 2 customers for the day. And this lady came in just irate, and she didn't want her Star Wars set because she insisted it was missing pieces, and it was half built. And she came in with immediate attitude, which is always great, saying, this is garbage. My son tried to build it. You can see it's half built laying in the box. We were missing pieces. I want my money back. She was basically the only customer I'd seen all day. And I was like, all right, I'm game. Let's build it. And she was like, what? I mean, it was a small set. It was like a $10 set.
Oh, wow.
I was like, let's build it right now, you and I. And so I took apart the little bit that her kid had built, and I said, oh, well, it wasn't missing a part. Your child built it wrong. So here you go. It's all there, 100%. And she just stared at me, and she snatched it from me and left.
Wow.
All right.
And people coming back with that kind of an attitude for a $10 set just doesn't even compute to me.
Yeah. People are the worst sometimes.
Ooh, cool, Brett.
My sig fig in his new car.
Nice.
I like it.
Some people call that a sig rig.
There we go.
Oh, see?
Hey.
No. All right.
He's real.
Wow.
Unreal.
He actually
I'm
has a face.
I'm
There
the
you
odd out now.
So
Yes, you are,
Yeah,
amazingly-
good show, everybody. See you later.
yeah. Okay. Well, that's it. Gotta go.
This is uncomfortable.
Yeah. So apparently, there's a switch at the top of the laptop that turns the camera off.
There, I made Kevin feel better.
Yeah. There
Okay,
we go.
just for a
Now
moment.
there's 2 people.
Yeah, our ratio is off. There we go.
Oh, I suppose that's a privacy switch then. On the
Ah.
laptop camera.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it was.
Yeah, it probably is a privacy
Oh,
switch.
there an hour later, I tell you.
That's great.
What?
I love it.
It was on.
That's funny.
So what else you up to today, Jeff?
This is it. This
I've been in meetings for since 11:30, so I'm ready to take a break. My ears are sore.
Jeff, did you explain to us why you needed 2 of that car?
That's none of your business.
That's right. There we go. What does Ace Ventura say? I beg you to stay out of my personal affairs. That's a personal question.
Correct answer, Jeff.
Are you getting a cyberpunk one?
I want to do that. So here I built them both because I like them a lot, obviously, and I also got this thing.
That's cool. That's cute.
That
Yeah,
was-
it was like
you did it.
$10 per set, and I was like, man, this reminds me of Speed Champions.
What's the white car?
This is a Ferrari that I built on my own. It's a Tesla Rosa. So
So that's a mock?
yeah,
Cool. Can you put that a little closer to the camera?
sure.
Yeah, we don't care about all those sets.
Top down? I want to
Yeah.
see the top down. There we go. That's neat. I like it.
Nice.
I was watching a lot of Miami Vice at the time.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, so
Does the minifig fit in it?
with some finagling.
Gotcha. That sounds about like a real sports car to me.
Take a head off, like one of the minifig heads, and just put it. Just pop the head off. And put it in.
Yeah.
No, they fit in there okay. I'll get this thing open and hope it doesn't.
Hopefully, you don't embarrass yourself on the internet.
The gauntlet has been thrown down, apparently.
Looks like, right? All right, we're gonna take Chester here and put him in here.
I like this the Mustang from the Speed Champions.
Ooh, that's a pretty green. Is that still a current set?
No,
Yeah, I was afraid of that.
it was a racing one, so it had all these stickers, and I just didn't apply them. So
Because that's all dark green, right?
yep,
Yeah, that's one of my favorite Lego colors.
it's a fun one. So
I picked up these the other day.
Yeah, I have one of those. I have that, and I built the yellow one. I haven't built the black one yet.
Yeah.
They're fun. They're fun builds.
Ooh, nice one.
So they were on
Yeah,
a BOGO at the Mastermind store. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that pair of them is the only Speed Champion set I have so far. And I didn't know what to expect. But you're right, Jeff. It's a lot of fun.
Mhm. All right, so the roof doesn't really fit all that well, but I got a minifigure in there.
Cool. That works. He's just
Yeah,
tall from the
hair off.
waist up. He hits his head on the roof. That's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's the same thing with the set that we just did. You can't have hair or a hat in it, but you can have a minifig. So
Yeah, I noticed that. Like when I had his helmet on, it was a little wonky.
yeah, take the helmet off.
So, Rick, are those boxes above your head empty?
No. Well,
Yeah,
the one right in the middle there. This one is because I've got the set built and in a bin over here, but the rest of them are full.
You have everything all way too nicely organized. It's very presentation style.
Hey, when I come downstairs, I want to feel good.
Nothing wrong with that.
You said you're in Canada, Rick?
I am, yes.
We're in the country. You don't have to give me your street address.
I am located at I'm about an hour west of Toronto.
Oh, okay. Did you go to, or did you know that there's been many Lego conventions over the years in that area?
I unfortunately did not know because I've only just got back into Lego in the last 2 to 3 years. But
That'll do
2
it.
years ago, I went to Bricks in the Six, and it was fantastic.
Oh, was that year one? Because I was there.
That was year one. Were you really?
I was. Did you see? Wait, let me see. Wait, what did I take? Did I take that? Was that there?
I don't know.
What is that, Kevin?
Oh my gosh! Yes, it was. That's amazing. So I guess
yep.
it was. You had like a booth at the back somewhere. I guess
I was back in the corner.
What is that, Kevin?
it was like a Super Mario.
It's just Super Mario. I think I took. Didn't I take both? I took that one in Super Mario World with like the Koopa and Yoshi.
Did you do the big 3D builds as well? Was that you as well?
What do you,
I mean like the 8-bit looking.
yeah.
Wow, that's nuts. Yeah, totally. Also, I think there.
That guy was there.
Yep. Yes, exactly.
Oh, cool.
They were all on a board.
Yeah, that was me. That was I.
That's amazing. Wow, that was a great show. Yeah.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah.
Has Brian seen that?
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian's seen it in real life.
Yeah, he would like that. You have an impressive number of bins, Kevin. I have to say, drawers, part
I
drawers.
mean, it's all really a facade. It's a facade. Don't let it fool you.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That one was definitely there. I saw that one. I
He's,
took pictures
he's
of that.
eating you, Dave.
What was that?
He's eating you. But here, look. I'll give you a sneak peek. It's not really a sneak peek. I've shown it before. But this was the new thing I was building before I decided I didn't want to touch Lego for I don't know a year. But this was part of the thing I was working on.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, that's cool. I like the beveled.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
if you know Mario, you know what it is.
Feels like I want to jump off of that and slide down a flagpole, Kevin.
Don't
I'll be right back, guys.
Hey, there he is, the man, the myth.
I've seen it 1,000 times.
Hey, Brian.
I'm so sick of seeing it.
Message. But I got the new Speed Champions from Marvel.
Oh.
Yeah. It's almost the exact same build. There's like 3 minor differences, and I was really kind of bummed from the Dodge Charger that they came out with. The set that Rick just showed.
Yeah, it's really the same. That's odd.
Yeah.
I suppose when you get that small, there's probably not a lot of differences you can do. So
I know it kind of bummed me out, is all.
Oh.
Yeah, that's okay. It's got cool flames on the side, and I changed the flames that came with it. So,
Something I was going to say earlier to Dave's question about what this rumored 42,000 piece set was something that I've tried. I'm on a mission of education, really. But I've tried to tell many a fan over the last 2 or 3 years now that I'm outside of the sausage factory is that Lego as the company has been very, very, very actively testing you as a consumer to see how high they can price their products and how much you'll keep buying it. And inside the halls, they are not secretive about it. They're like, well, and there was a lot of concern that the consumer market would not support an $800 Lego set with the Falcon. And considering it sold out the same day, I remember I almost had like my own flashback to Star Wars of me being like Padme Amidala watching the Senate applaud. I was like, and there goes the end of cheap Lego sets and thunder applause. Yeah, they decided from that moment on that they were going to keep they're going to keep producing larger and larger and more expensive stuff, and everyone's going to keep complaining like they do, and then they're also going to keep buying them. Keep making them.
We were just talking about that exact same thing in the lug meeting an hour ago, and how I was like, okay, can we go? This is Lego saying, can we go to 4 digits for pricing? Let's see what happens.
Yeah, that's what they're going to do. They're gonna push it until the dam breaks. That's what they're going to do.
And it's a business. I don't blame them. That's what you should do.
Yeah, I think to Jeff's point, in my mind, I get that like electronic stuff can be really expensive, like games and stuff like that. But I'm just like, wow, a month's rent for a toy. I can't even fathom. But even the Falcon, depending on if you have like a 1-bedroom apartment in, I don't know, not New England, $800, that's rent too. So it's just crazy to me.
And then where do you put it? The thing's massive.
Yeah. That can be. If you can't afford rent, that can be your new home. You will just
live in the Falcon. Yeah.
The Coliseum build in on itself is ginormous, and like I've seen people buy it, and I'm just like, how, where, I don't understand. Like unless you're a hobbyist like we all are, except Kevin, who hates Lego.
What is this stuff in my basement?
Right?
Get it out. Send it to me if you don't want it, Kevin.
Maybe.
I've got a whole nother room right over there, so empty.
Where do you put? I'm not trying to bag on our hobby. Like that's the last thing I want to do. But I'm just like, where the heck would you even put it?
So with the Falcon, I've seen some people do really neat, like a coffee table where it's beneath the glass, and it looks just mint like that. Like, awesome. That's what I would do
if I was magically gifted with a surplus of money, and somebody was like, "Hey, what do you plan to buy?" Well, I'm going to buy the Ghostbuster Firehouse that Lego made firstly, and then if I have enough, I'll get the Falcon. But that's what I would do. I'd make it into a coffee table and be like, "Yep, this is our discussion piece. It's a toy. I can't play with it or swoosh it." But
there was also a really cool like wall mount for the Falcon, and like somebody put like the blue light behind it.
Yes.
I thought that was classy.
Yeah, that's you can do some cool stuff with it. I've seen some great things, and I've seen some dumb things too. So,
who was it that built the huge mock of the Falcon taking off out of? I'm not even sure where it was, but it had that huge stream of trans blue leading.
That would be cool. I don't think I saw that.
It's massive. I think it has a steel rod in that
hidden beneath the blue
inside the trans. Yeah.
Oh, you mean the one that's like jetting up?
Yes.
Yeah. That one's kind of that's a whole different.
It's you can't. Yeah.
Yeah. To your point, Jeff. I have like the big Millennium Falcon. I have the UCS Sandcrawler. I have a third party, AFOL made UCS AT-AT, and I have all the. It's like, where am I going to put them? I could have a whole Star Wars diorama, and I don't have room.
I think one of the conversations I want to have one day with a supreme council of wise AFOLs is where's the balance, right? Because I think there's so many people in the hobby that just need to buy everything for no reason. It's new. It's Lego. I must have it. Day one buy, day one purchase. And it's like, okay, let's all just take a breath for a minute. I'll just take a step back. I love the creative aspect of the medium a lot. I think it's a fantastic creative medium. And I think, there's nothing wrong at all with going, hey, I really like Jurassic Park, so I want to buy that Jurassic Park set. But like, I think there needs to be like a healthier reminder, a constant reminder that you don't always need to get everything time, and just keep amassing to have a really nice dusty collection behind you. Like there is something to be said about don't you wince, Jeff. There's something to be said about like how Brick and Nick like will only buy stuff he needs to build the stuff he builds.
Yeah.
Like it's such a small collection. I mean, it looks gigantic because on his live stream you think he's in like a mansion of bricks. But I mean, I've been in his house and it's not big, and he really focuses on buying what he needs for the projects he wants to build. And I'm like, this is just really like streamlined in a beautiful way. But I mean, he still gets sets when he likes to, there's things he really likes.
Yeah.
And it's kind of I don't know, that hits home to me, Kevin, because and Brett
Sorry,
knows
Dave,
me.
I've ousted you.
I didn't.
No. I was just going to say that hits home with me very well because Lego knows exactly how to push my buttons.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm surrounded by, I mean, compared to a lot of people, not a lot, but I probably have 15 large sets, including the last 2 modulars that I haven't built yet. I have a whole bunch of stuff built sitting on the floors of various rooms and in the kitchen, gathering dust. And yet I keep buying more.
I feel like just for me, for my own sake, I tend to do really well when something comes out and I go, oh, that's really cool. For example, the Tim Burton Batmobile I thought was really cool. I'm like, that's really cool. I like that, man. I like that movie. That's a really cool car. I think maybe I'll buy that set. But I'm not going to do it. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait like a week. In that time, I'm like, I don't need this. That's okay. It's still cool. It's still neat. But I think the most dangerous thing is people that are like day one. It's like, that's dangerous. That's not the right mindset.
It's impulse buying, right? And if I'm the same way. I've only really purchased a large amount of Lego in the last few years, really, and most of it's been bulk lots.
Right. Yeah.
Just prior to Christmas 2020, I actually made my largest bank of Lego purchases ever in my life. I picked up a bunch of sets, things that I have been watching for a while, like that Batmobile, as well as things that I knew I just couldn't pass up, and I knew if I didn't get it right off the hop, it would be gone for a while, like the Ghostbusters Ecto one or the Batwing, which I actually got on that VIP weekend. But I'm the same way. I look at the collection I have. I mean, I spent a fraction of what you'd spend if you bought everything new.
Yeah.
Because most of it's used Lego. But I look at some people's collections and it blows my mind what they have, just how much Lego, and where they right,
and how much of it doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
And you're not picking on me, Kevin, but you've nailed me. I mean, the scary part is being the IT guy that I am. I keep a spreadsheet of everything I've bought, so I know how much I've spent.
But I think there is also definitely I think it's very reasonable when you're like new or you're being like reintroduced into the hobby that you do need to kind of bulk up to catch up, I guess, right? To like get yourself to a place where you have a decent assortment to just have fun with. But then it's like, it gets to a point where then it's just like, okay, you can stop. It's like you don't need to
and that was my excuse to some degree. I've only been doing Lego for like 2.5 years. And so I tell people I was on the accelerated AFOL program, but
So
I can't go ahead, Jeff.
That's a good question that Deanna asks. Like once they do that set, though, they'll try to think about something different. But what series would they build something larger in? Star Wars has been the most consistently large series, hasn't it? And
I feel like it's going to be Friends, really.
Yeah.
12,000 piece friend set. Yeah. The only thing I can think of, Jeff, is like an architecture set. Because though like the Colosseum was fairly large. That's the only other thing I could think of that could be really large.
Yeah. They do a little bit with like the, artist formerly known as creator expert that now I guess is a theme of no name, but like modular buildings and stuff like that. But yet you're right on the money that Star Wars has been consistently kind of the big money makers because they're not necessarily counting on AFOLs buying it. They're counting on high dollar Star Wars fans buying it. The ones that like buy, prop replicas and suits of armor and stuff like that.
That's one thing that I noticed. I used to be really big into watching toy hunters and things like that. And there's one channel that I watch in particular because I think they're funny. But like one of the guys isn't a Lego guy, but like you see his wall of like collectibles, and there's like $3,000 on that wall just from like lightsabers and helmets alone and everything else. And like when it came to like his collection for Lego, it's like the Batmobile, the Batwing, the Falcon, and the Superstar Destroyer. And like that's who this was aimed at, you know? Like I've said 100 times, I will never buy those things ever.
Brian's got some great thoughts on that. He could be in here in this panel, in this esteemed panel of discussion. Brian got some good thoughts on this whole thing. We've talked about it many a time.
Yeah, Brian is more than welcome to jump in. He's got the invite, so
there we go.
Yeah, come join us, Brian.
Peer pressure applied.
But that's an interesting point, Jeff. I mean, collections in general can be, I don't even know what the right word is, but I mean, people who start collecting, I mean, you can get to the point where you just start buying stuff in your collection and you're not exactly sure why you're buying it, but you feel like you have to.
What are you looking at, Jeff?
I feel like you're calling me out here, Dave.
Everybody's throwing everybody under the bus.
Because those are just Batmobiles, and most of them only cost $1 or were gifted to me.
No, I wasn't actually talking about you. I was talking about myself, but I won't tell you what I collect that I was talking about. Brett might know, but
we're gonna have to make that talking stick. No, don't look at my basement. We're gonna have a talking stick, and only the person with the talking stick can talk. Yeah, no, I definitely realize that this is too. I mean, I've got more Lego than I'll use in my lifetime, which is ridiculous. So there's that. Yeah. I'm not amassing anymore. I mean, here's the thing. I bought Lego Movie 2 stuff. So that was February 2019, and I've gotten the Mario stuff because I do support the partnership between Nintendo and Lego, and I have to put my money where my mouth is because I think that's a worthwhile partnership. I don't really like what they made, but I have to support that partnership because Lego's a business, and if the sales are not there, they will not further that conversation between the two companies. Outside of that, I mean, no. There's been no further amassing in this household.
So what happens when they come out with the Legend of Zelda Lego sets?
I'm in. Then I'm in. Like, but people,
it has to be something really special like that, right? To pull you back in.
Yeah, but Reed was telling me he was insistent that if Zelda comes out, I'll be in and I'll be buying everything. I'm like, no, I won't. I will be in and I'll buy all the Zelda stuff because I like that partnership. Yeah. But and more Nintendo stuff. If there really is any more Nintendo stuff, I'll keep buying it to support that partnership. But I have recognized that there's too much Lego in this household. So I'll continue to detox and continue to get rid of
Zoom. That's good.
Also, I'd like
God intended.
Real quick.
Right.
I have not cursed a single solitary time on this stream.
And it's yours.
You're doing a good job.
This is your channel, Jeff. Good job.
Nice work.
So we got Mega Bloks Mike with us today.
Uh-oh.
That's somebody I don't know. I've never even heard that name.
Likewise.
As soon as he decides to talk.
Yeah.
So the stuff that you see behind me in the bins here, that's all the bulk lot Lego that I bought, and I actually bought it with the purpose of sifting through, finding sets, keeping what I want, and selling what I didn't want. I think I sold 2 sets, and then it pretty much stopped.
Yeah.
And then I just kept collecting, and I love having as much as I do, but definitely don't want a lot more, just 1 or 2 sets here or there, meaningful sets like the ones that I mentioned earlier.
Yeah, stuff that's
pre-COVID, I was going to the Pick-a-Brick wall at my Lego store every week, sometimes twice a week.
That's dangerous.
Dangerous.
And that's what I was going to say, Kevin, is that COVID might have broken me of that habit. I mean, because I was kind of amassing a lot of stuff too, and I bought a ton of stuff recently through Lug Bulk and also project support. And then COVID happened, and it's like, I don't really need. I haven't bought anything for a long time. It's like I'm not getting a twitch,
If I had $1 for every person that said, "Ooh, look at this interesting part. I'll take a cup and do this with it," and then they never do anything with that cup.
Yeah, of course. One of the reasons that I started buying a bunch more is because very, very early on, like within a few months of the time I got into Lego, they had 2x2 light bluish gray tiles on the wall. And I bought half a cup and I thought, oh, that'll be plenty. I've used thousands since then. So now it's like, if that looks cool, I'm going to buy a lot of them regardless.
So before I even knew what Pick-a-Brick was, or the Pick-a-Brick wall was, when I went to Bricks in the Six, there was a guy that had a massive, Kevin, you probably saw this, a massive castle layout right when you walked in, like multiple tables.
Yeah.
And he had a ton of dark blue tiles that made up the water. And I asked him, like, where did you get all these? He says, oh, Pick-a-Brick. And I said, what's that? And yeah, I've been a couple of times. It's a dangerous place to go. Like,
Just start putting the ABS right here.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. Hey, I'm going to be right back. Y'all talk amongst yourselves.
Oh,
okay.
Okay. Welcome to Jeff's channel.
Interesting. One of the chats says, I
would.
wouldn't mind seeing more of the roller coaster and carousel Lego creator stuff. Yeah, that actually is a pretty cool line.
Uh-oh.
What?
Oh.
We're just going to stare at his wall.
This is great.
We should have made Kevin the big screen.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I could turn my camera back on. All right, hold on.
There's a
Jeff
duck.
got a duck on his face.
Let me get ready to turn my.
Perfect.
What the duck?
There we go. All right, I'll be back.
Okay.
I have no other expressions.
I don't know where to be. There we go.
Perfect.
Nice.
Okay.
So thank you all for coming to this meeting.
Absolutely. Sure. Oh, yes, absolutely. Yes.
Actually, Dave, I've been thinking about some of your Pick-a-Brick stuff. I'm like, I wonder who has a whole bunch of this. I need to hit up Dave. He probably has a box of it and not using it. So,
like what?
I don't know. It's just there were a few parts. I'm like, it'd be fun to have a lot more of these. I bet you I know who has a lot more of these.
Yeah. Well, when you find out, let me know.
I will.
Because I can go to my spreadsheet. Everything I bought off the Pick-a-Brick wall goes into a spreadsheet, so I know exactly how many I've bought of everything.
That's cool.
Yeah, it makes it easier because one of the guys in our lug, he's our a Lego ambassador, has a counting scale that he bought for doing lug bulk, and I thought that was really cool. So I ended up buying one, and so now you can just weigh, like you put 20 parts on there, and you tell it this is 20 parts, and then it knows what they weigh, and you can weigh them, and so I keep track of everything.
I did the same thing, Dave. When I bought all the bulk lots, I went through each one, found out which set I had, and then made a big spreadsheet of what I had, put the value of the set per Bricklink or whatever, brick set, and then the value per what I paid for it so that I could see like what the profit would be if I sold it, just for interest.
Yep, and I do the same thing with the Pick-a-Brick wall. It's like, here's how many parts I got in a cup that cost me $16. If I went to Lego Pick-a-Brick online or Bricklink, whichever was cheaper, what would it have cost me? And it's still usually a lot more expensive than off the wall.
It is. And with it, like you can fit a ton of those, like 1x1, 1x2, just a ton in a cup. And it's a great deal. Yeah,
especially when they let you stack. The one that blew me away was, and this gets back to, I don't know if it was Jeff or Kevin that said this, but they had 1x1 light bluish gray tiles on the wall at one point last year. And I thought, okay, that's cool. So having learned my lesson, I bought a cup. You know how many 1x1 tiles you can fit in a large Pick-a-Brick cup?
Oh,
about 1,800.
I was just going to say a couple thousand. Yeah.
We're just going to keep it like this.
Okay.
I think I spent 3 hours in the Lego store once stacking 2x4s.
Oh, there we go. We got
Hey, Brian's here.
The rooks on the board have arrived on the chessboard.
The rooks.
Well, that's the other thing, Rick, is I spend a lot of time stacking, not because I'm trying to save the money. I mean, that's nice. It's a challenge to see how much I can fit in. That's part of it. But also all the employees at my Lego store are just great. They're all actually friends. And so I try to go in during the day when there's nobody there, no other customers, and we can just chat while I'm stacking.
Exactly. While you're stacking. That's right.
All right, Brian, lay down your dissertation.
Yep. Come on, Brian. We want to hear it.
Let me apologize for not being in here the first time accurately. There's a whole bunch of this source was occupied by this thing I'm exporting, etc. So my apologies for lack of professionalism. Hello, gentlemen. Hello, chat. Happy
Hello,
Saturday.
Mr. Saviano.
Happy 2021. So, well, happy. Not
Yes. Yes, correct, Fazoom.
yes. So wait, I feel like I missed out on the opportunity to exclaim my dissertation while I was having technical difficulties. Where was it last left off?
Oh,
I went to go smoke.
Oh,
Oh, is that where you went?
yes. He had to go. He had to go take a smoke.
Yeah.
well, that's
If you
great.
ever wonder why it gets quiet on Kevin's Doodle stream, I went to go smoke.
Oh, I
That's
thought you
you.
were just reflecting on life.
Well, I mean, that's what I do when I poop.
Oh,
That'd be a
Oh.
lot longer.
I thought that's what you were doing, was pooping.
No.
I
I'm
mean, why? What does that meme say? Why not both?
pooping. I miss the ability to poop and smoke at the same time.
so the issue with buying things on day one is that people get so caught up in the internet hype of things right when a new thing comes out, and this is I think a larger issue beyond Lego, obviously. You know, with the sense of needing to know the information right when it comes out, ergo leaks for Lego or for movies or for whatever. There's always this constant desire to get more and more and more. And I think it's a product. This makes me sound probably way off my kilter here, maybe speaking out of line. However, the idea that we are used to getting more and more of things on Netflix and on demand, it's a constant flow of things. So we want a constant flow of material things, whether that's Lego or otherwise, when that it's just not healthy to consume things that way. You know, because
No, you're bang on, Brian. It definitely consumer mentality in the world, right? And 2020 certainly helped them.
yes,
Yeah.
Those that sell,
Um,
you know, in terms of, because we had nothing better to do but to look for the next thing to buy.
very fair.
and we're in a time right now where, you know, Lego, in comparison to most other companies, had a remarkably steady release of not just big sets, but like in product in general that, you know, although was kept behind a little bit by COVID, they still came out with massive sets month after month and new product launches, no problem whatsoever, you know? So like how is that? It's not sustainable, I don't think, and the whole thing with Lego is that, you know, adults and one individual is not meant to buy every single little product that's out there. They're meant to buy only the things that interest their specific little section of what they're interested in. It's just a matter of them releasing as many options as possible to reach the widest net as possible.
Correct.
So like the fact that anyone would need to feel like, oh, I need to buy this new thing, I need that's just the other half of your brain kind of being like, nah, but it's gonna give you a little satisfaction hit, you know.
Yep.
Like it's not necessary.
Yeah.
From a behavioral health point of view and a mental health point of view, it's a dopamine hit that everybody was solely lacking last year.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Even I, like when I bought something, like I was like super excited about it, and then 30 minutes later, I was like, well, okay, you know. And that's where part of it comes in. So like last year, we didn't have any movies, we didn't have Broadway shows, we didn't have anything, right? Because the world shut down for the most-ish part when it comes to entertainment. Okay.
Yeah.
So you take the 6 of us, 5 of us who really 4 of us who really enjoy Lego, right? And work for Beyond the Brick. And you want to buy those things because this is the only thing that I got going for me in my life right now. The action figure line did the same thing, video games too. Okay, so however you want to look at this, it's fulfilling a need that you think that you have because you have to have the biggest, the most, whatever. It's like I've said this before and I'll say it again. When people release videos of, hey, I bought 307 501st battle packs, not only have you like let down a kid that wanted a 501st battle pack, but like 9 times out of 10, those people are like, yeah, I'm just going to put it in my closet and I'm going to sell it in 10 years. And it's like, oh, okay, I get it. That's an investment for you. I get all that. But like, that's not a normal normal thing to do. That's not a normal thing to do. Like that's
Nope.
not.
The thing is that these channels have such a, especially in the YouTubing space, no matter who it is, they have such a reach that goes beyond people their own age, that aren't just adults. They are kids, whether or not they have the statistics or want to admit it or otherwise. There's a very, very vast silent majority of kids that may be watching that are like, I want to be like this guy and blow all of my money on all this Lego because that's what I want, and I'm 7 years old. But that's not making for a good role model in the online space, and I think that's been an issue for a while. And I'm not saying myself or anyone in here would be a better role model or their whatever.
I feel attacked again.
What?
Presume says I feel attacked.
Attacked. Let me just turn my camera off now.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens to Lego sales once things get back to normal again. Will they dive a lot, or is there just the new norm?
Yeah, I think what I find interesting, I think Brian and I are pretty aligned on this, is that for one reason or another, I don't think either of us can quite explain it, but we care about this community. We care about
I can explain it. I feel like you're in a different position. I see the people that are in the community as individuals that are good people that have fantastic creative minds and intentions and everything else. But in terms of who the public may deem and put on the biggest of biggest pedestals, there's not someone who has the best healthy habits to put on display. It's just more and more and more and more, and that's the issue.
I think I'm going to argue to a point with you about Jang, because Jang,
Jang's old.
Okay.
Wow. If Jang's old, what does that? If Jang's old, what does that make me?
No. I mean, but he is not a late teens, mid 20s, early 30s. Like, he's an adult. He's a financially responsible adult who is clearly running his YouTube channel as a business, and he knows what he's doing, and he's keeping himself in check and enjoying his hobby as he should. But there are potentially more influential voices on a larger level that are
That was Dobby's entrance.
Yeah, right.
This is Henry.
I'm sorry.
That was Harlow's intro, that are potentially reaching an audience more vocally. I don't know.
Jeff.
I love how upset. That's great.
Okay, I need to bring my parrot up here.
But no, Brian, you're absolutely correct. I'm not going to name names, but we all know those people that are like, "Oh, I just spent $2,000 at the Lego store," and youngsters who watch Lego channels and things like that will be like, "Well, that's how life is supposed to be, so therefore I need to do that if I'm going to get anything special or magical." You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, like I've said before, I mean, I still despise haul videos. I can't stand haul videos. I think haul videos are just a way to show off, and I just don't think it helps anything. I don't understand.
So, I'm curious about one thing, Kevin. I totally agree with you for the most part. And like, I spend way too much money on Lego, but I intentionally don't talk to people about it. I don't brag about it. Yeah, but I'm curious on haul videos. The only kind of haul videos I find interesting, and it's because I mock, are people who, hey, look at this pick a brick order that I just got. Or
that's different.
Okay, yeah.
But
I just wanted to calibrate myself.
But Dave, that's nowhere near as popular as like, I just spent $2,500 at the Lego store. Here it is, right on the table.
Here's my receipt. Look at my receipt.
Yeah,
and I couldn't care less about that. It's like, it go away.
Yeah, I think it's kind of neat, right? Welcome everybody to our "How Can We Attack the Zoom Today" talk.
That's right.
Well, I'll say it right here for Zoom. I've only been to Waffle House once, and I was very disappointed. So I will judge you extensively. Any of those establishments, I'm going to have to veto.
I
want to know if they make a death pepper Waffle House.
Let's not go there, Dave.
Sorry, Brian. Too soon.
I've only eaten at Waffle House once as well, and I feel like I feel like if you're not eating at Waffle House with Fazoom, you're not eating at Waffle House. Like I feel like that's
I haven't been to Waffle House.
I like
I
Waffle House.
I don't think I have a Waffle House near me.
I definitely don't have a Waffle House near.
It's a whole bunch of grease and a whole bunch of eggs. And when younger Jeff was super hungover, that was the place to be.
That was it.
Demur in the chat said it's so sticky. Yep, that's Waffle House.
It's so I would really. I feel like I want to sit with Chris and have a Waffle House and just discuss life for like an hour and a half.
Like with stale coffee and just, that one guy in the corner who's smoking, even though there's no.
Yeah. I'm not even gonna order. I'm gonna say, Chris, you order what you think I should eat.
Yeah, Lindsay, that's a good comment.
Yes, it is a good comment.
Yeah, they piss me off, and I'm not a kid. So
There you go.
I mean, that's exactly the reason why I don't talk about that stuff.
Yeah, I felt bad when I was showing off what I got, like on Monday, on Messy Monday with Chris. I was like, "This is what I got," and I felt like a douchebag about it afterwards. So
No.
I mean, it's a little bit different to do it in a stream like this with friends. And if there's other people watching that get offended, well, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. But it's different to make a video on your YouTube channel and say, look what I can buy. I'm super rich and I spend thousands of dollars on Lego.
I keep talking to Brian about this, and I really want to make a grocery haul video. I went to the store. Responsible.
You should.
Oh God, that would
be fantastic.
Yeah, that's so funny.
I should make one. My grocery bills are massive.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I bought food for the month. We're all
Hey!
You can even, you have your special one where you're like, well, guys, this month it was a little higher because we had to get some of the toiletries we don't normally buy. All right, so we had to get the mouthwash and the laundry detergent.
We had to get the gift purchase and all that kind of stuff.
Look at this. I bought 300 rolls of toilet paper. I'm cool.
I say they still didn't have toilet paper when I went.
That's because somebody bought it for a haul. And
yes, they did.
I was just thinking
Toilet paper haul video.
Because I went today. I go every Saturday and do grocery shopping for the week, and the aisle with like the cleaning sprays like 409 and Windex and all that, like still they have like nothing. It's like I've been trying. Like I had to order on Amazon, which I feel weird ordering stuff I can just buy from the grocery store on Amazon, but I've been buying like 409 spray through Amazon, and it's never through the company. I have to get it through some random third party because they've not had any of those sprays like in a year. It's just like really off brand, awkward. Like,
is it really what they say it is?
Yeah, I'm like, is this even a cleaning spray? What is like? But that whole aisle has never recovered. It's just like, and like the hand sanitizers, I haven't seen Purell branded hand sanitizer in a year.
Yeah,
it is just like, healthy Tizer brand. Okay, yeah, I've heard of this one.
Fazoom toilet paper, mint in package.
Right.
To get back to something more interesting for a minute, Chantel Builds made a comment that spoke to me. Said I was thinking of doing a Lego Friends parts haul and showing how you can use Lego Friends parts for mocks. And the reason that spoke to me is I've never done anything with Friends. I'm still a relatively new Lego newbie, but I have bought probably 3 Friends sets now just because I looked at the parts and went, ooh, those are cool. I need to use that in a mock. So I bought them just to play with.
Yeah. There's been some cool things done with friend sets. I get it that's a thing for people and they like it. It ain't for Jeff. It's just not.
Team wise, I don't care. But
man, he doesn't want to have any of those pink colors.
That's exactly it.
He wants to leave all the pink for
my
Julian.
Black Batmobile, and I'm going to sit here in the darkness.
It's just Jeff. It's like it's just such a different conversation when you're approaching it from. Here's another thing I bought and built and follow the instructions and put on a shelf versus focusing heavily on the creative medium of it. Yeah. Like I remember seeing stuff where people were doing like miniature, when people make miniatures like of houses and things and like where they have these like videos where they buy, I don't know, like a spool of wire. And then you're like, why in the world did you buy that? And then you're watching them turn it into like telephone poles and stuff. Like, I think it's the same thing for Lego. Like, if you're showing me you've accumulated these parts and then we're going to follow this journey of you creating something, a work of art, it's a whole different conversation than here's all these boxes I bought, and they're all going to be built and put on a shelf now. And
well, yeah, I have a couple.
Or not even opened and put on a shelf.
Yep. That's
I have
why
a couple of
Jang is so different.
yeah.
Yep, that is it. That's why Jang and
I've been wanting to play with that. I haven't opened the set yet.
I got the new tractor.
Yep,
that
you,
one
need
of those
you need to
new,
get a bunch of those, Brett.
Well, what is that? Is that? Are we talking about new parts?
Yeah.
Yep, I got one of those too.
No, Dave, did you buy that Wrangler or that Jeep?
I was going to buy two. I bought one for a friend who had. Well, I bought one for a friend who has a real Jeep Wrangler, and I knew he would love it, so I bought it for him as a late Christmas present. I was going to buy a second one for myself, but they'd only let me buy one, so I don't have one yet for myself.
I like these tires. I think they're the same tires. I want to get a few more for some of their builds.
Cool.
You can build monster trucks with those things. That's awesome.
Back to Kevin's comment though. The last two mocks that I've built started out because I saw some cool pieces.
Yeah.
In one case, it was the 1x3x3 purple windows in the Harry Potter Night Bus set, and the other one was a 1x4x3 sloped window. And I thought those were really cool, and I ended up building a whole mock just around those pieces.
Yeah, I mean, there is a lot of, I guess, what you could call success stories when people see or buy a cup of something on the wall and then they actually do something with it. Like that's, I mean, there's a lot more that people don't, but there's some great ones where, like I remember a guy coming into the Austin store in Texas, and we had orange, and he bought like just 4 cups of orange, and then he actually went right around and built a Whataburger restaurant with it, and I thought that was amazing. Like that was for me, I'm like, oh look, something came from that.
Yeah, that's definitely a different story, Kevin. Like you said, like I don't care that you bought 7,501st sets. Okay, I don't care about that. Yeah. But I care about like the guy that's like,
It's only fun.
I care about the guy that goes to the Lego store and has 7 cups and is just filling parts in those cups, and then we get to see a product out of it. We get to see what his mind saw and he built. Like when Dave builds something, or like he tells us about a build, which is very hushed tones most of the time. It's amazing once you see what Dave has done. Like his Jurassic Park thing, when he first showed me what he's doing, it blew me away because of the scale of it. And like I'm excited to see that in physical form, but it's just cool to see something that came from somebody. You know what I mean? Not like, well, I followed the instructions like Kevin said. So that's about it.
I mean, that, and the other part of my struggle, which is a struggle of a lot of creative people, is it also just infuriates me when I'm like, hey, I bought this thing for $5. I followed instructions, put it together. Here you go. Snap photo. Ooh, look, 400 people like it. Oh, here's this piece of artwork I literally spent 500 man hours creating. And it's like 3 people are like, that's neat. What new Lego did you buy?
Exactly.
Like, oh.
But I will say, I think you were the one that said this earlier, Jeff. You know, I do a lot of mocks, but every once in a while, it's just like, I'm tired. I just want to go follow instructions and build a set.
There's nothing wrong with that.
That's what today was for me. Like I've been doing a little mocking, a little building on the side, and like it's not a lot, but I mean it's enough so that I'm creative, because I, like Fazoom, got the Space Police guy, and I want to make him a motorcycle for the future.
Oh, that's cool. I like it.
You know, that's what I got so far. It's nothing crazy, but like,
well, yeah, but it's something you made, so that makes it cool.
With all the stupid things that have been going on the last 7 days here in the States, I needed to turn off, because I was one of those guys that was like, what's going on in the news? Oh, okay, our society's falling apart. Awesome. I really don't want to live through any more historical events. Can we please stop this?
I try to spend just enough time to, you know, like 2 or 3 minutes a day on news, and that's it. I have to keep from going crazy.
That's pretty much it. But I don't want to talk about that at all. Normally, I dive right into it, but we're not going to talk about that at all. So.
Well, I will have to get going soon. I've been staring at you for 2 hours now. So
yeah, I'm probably going to call it like right now, as a matter of fact. So I want to thank everybody for coming. Like, it's really awesome that we can all sit around and do this, and yada, yada, insert cliche response about it'll be great when we can do this together and we're all in the same room and blah, blah, blah. But really, this is it for now.
You just got to wait for 55 more seconds and you'll be exactly 2 hours.
Okay. Well, then we'll hang out for that many amount of time.
I swear, though, if you end it and it's like 2 hours and 1 minute.
Jeff's got his hand on the ending button right now. He's ready to go.
So does anybody have anything they want to add before we close this out?
His finger is locked and loaded.
You've got 30 seconds.
Happy birthday, Jeff.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
I'm
No?
not going to curse. I'm not going to do it.
It's been almost 2 hours. I haven't cursed.
Presume. Yay, you're all leaving.
We can stop attacking poor Chris.
That's right.
I mean, if you didn't get the Waffle House, we wouldn't care, but you do, and you bring it up a lot. And it's basically a grease pit that's going to clog your arteries, and then you'll be under the knife again. Just not for your testicles. Bye.
Bye, Brian.